right, Shalom. Shalom with the Brothers of Great Millstone, Church of Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash.
Double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, much due honors and respect to the sincere brethren out there laboring in his work, continually pushing out this gospel in all true faith and sincerity. I also want to say shalom to you believers out there, the brothers and sisters alike, which consists of you Akim and Akwath out there that subscribe to the truth as well. So yeah, this lesson right here is going to be centered around the so-called white man as usual, man, the devil. That's the time we're in. We're in a time where we are to identify and target this man. Let's start off with that real quick. 2 Thessalonians, second chapter, man. Right now we're in a time where this man is beginning to show his horns. Thus the title of this city, you know, because Yahweh Shai is actually bestowing mercy upon Israel by letting you know that this man is against you. You know, it'll be one thing if this devil was able to continue to finesse you. You don't know if he's against you or not. But now it's obvious, man, that this man is pretty much, he's set up to be an adversary, a resistant power to really the nation of Israel, Yep. So that's Yahweh Shai putting the spotlight on this man. And pretty much he's going to get to a point where he's going to revert to his instincts, which we know his instincts obviously is the sword, that's his gift, but also deception. And right now what you're witnessing with the so-called white man is that spirit of desperation, man, being brought forth, all right? Nevertheless, overall, we're in a time where this man is being revealed, okay? So go ahead, Doc.
God, yeah, this 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked be revealed.
Yeah, then shall that wicked be revealed. Go ahead.
Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Right, and the spirit of the Lord's mouth will be the prophets. Okay, these men that you see that has been thrust into the public's eye, if you will, throughout the landscape of America, Babylon the Great, near and far for that matter, throughout the world. Okay, this will be the mouthpiece of the Yahweh Shai. Again, you got to remember, the Lord is not going to come off his throne, and break this down to you. He got servants to do that. All right, so read that one more time.
Okay, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Right, so this man is being revealed for the devil that he is, man. Because that was the time where this man would lay out a blueprint, and he'll enforce it, he'll execute it, and it'll go smooth. And you people here just run circles around you people. But now the Lord got us set up like, look at this devil, look what he's doing, which we're going to go into information. We got a couple of sources we want to bring out, and of course filter it through the scriptures. So you got a precept?
Yeah, kind.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalm 73. And I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, therefore pride compasseth them about as a charm, violence.
As a chain.
It's like it's Psalm 73 and 6. It says, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covered them.
Right, you wear a chain. A chain is pretty much, you wear it in pride. It's like it's like decoration. So pride compasses them as a chain. Go ahead.
It says violence covered them as a garment.
Yeah, violence covered them as a garment. Meaning what? When you examine the so-called white man, his whole being is centered around violence. All right, in his pursuit of power, it was nothing but bloodshed left in the wake. You ain't got to go into any really in-depth analysis, man. Just go into these global wars, World War I, World War II, even in more recent history, when you go into like the Middle East, all right, Desert Storm. They went over there to Afghanistan. They seized control of those poppy fields, and when you go into Gaddafi, man, everything this man got, it was through bloodshed. This man never once sat down and diplomatically worked shit out, man. He was reverting to his instincts. His instincts kicked in, which he was given the blessing of the sword. All right? So that was it on that?
Okay.
All right? Now, you got something?
Oh, no, I got nothing.
All right, so now let's start off with this first piece of information you got.
Oh, you want the window first. All right, Con, yeah, this is from NewYorkTimes.com. It's, it says,
It's from what? NewYorkTimes.com. When did it come out?
Yeah, that I was looking for. Oh, May 5th, 2020.
May 5th. Yesterday, right? So it's fresh off the press. All right? Go ahead.
Con, it says, a Wendy's with no burgers.
Hold up. A Wendy's with no burgers. Why is that? Because, well, matter of fact, Read, matter of fact, give me Ecclesiasticus, the 14th chapter, and hold that on deck, then we'll read. We'll go back to reading this. There's a reason why there's a Wendy's with no burgers. Because Storm with the Elites, they pretty much sent out an order to get rid of all the livestock, the chicken, the cows, and as well as the vegetation, man. See what's going on here is and what you're witnessing is the so-called white man in desperation mode. Give me Revelation 12 chapter and 12 verse real quick. See, these scriptures is coming to life, man. All right, and this proves that the doctrine we got is in harmony with the scriptures. Because, hey, think about it. When did the so-called Christians ever tell you about this? I mean, where has the so-called Christians spoke of where you can go into current events and it complements their doctrine? Yep. For an example, you have, what I think it was a week ago, where Pentagon released the footage of the so-called UFOs. Who else speaking about the so-called UFOs? See what I'm saying? So that proves that what we teaching is valid. All right, so get what you got.
It's Revelation 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. So the devil is come down to you having great wrath. Now let's examine that. Is this the fictional character you was conditioned to believe coming up in these churches? Some guy in a red spandex suit with a triton. Oh, which by the way, that proves that goes back to Greek mythology. When you go into Greek mythology, you had Hades. Hey, Google it for yourself. All right? You Google Hades, or the god of the underworld, and what's in his hand? A triton, which is nothing more than another word for a pitchfork. See what I'm saying? So you see where Esau got that concept from. So this devil right here that's going to come down with great wrath is not the devil in Greek mythology, or the devil that was presented to you in the form of Christianity. This is talking about the so-called white man, and that's what you're witnessing right now. This man is coming down with great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. But how do we know this? Because of the prophets. He ear hustling us, man. Matter of fact, give me real quick. Give me Psalms 37. Matter of fact, give me Psalms 23. Psalms 23.
You want me to get to the point on?
Yeah, you know what? Read through it.
Okay, All right, this is Psalms 23 and 1. It said, the Lord Yahweh Shemashah is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters.
Right, and that's symbolic to this truth. Go ahead.
He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness.
Oh, that's bad. The scripture says he restored my soul. Meaning this is an inner man thing. Okay? Scriptures also tell you how the outward man perished, but the inner man is renewed day by day. So the Lord is restored. Because you're not taking these bodies up with you. Only thing you're taking is your spirit. Okay, go ahead.
He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake.
Yep, go ahead.
Say, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Yeah, that's these scriptures. This is how we comfort it. This is why we're able to, walk through this walk and not be scathed, if you will, with the ills of this world. These people, they bugging out right now. But we able to take it with a smile, as they say. Why? Because we comforted by the scriptures. We see that proverbial light at the end of the tunnel. Go ahead, Al.
It says, thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies.
Which is what? The scriptures. This is that table that the Lord has prepared for us. But where is this table prepared?
In the presence of mine enemies.
In the presence of mine enemies, starting with the top elites. So they watching us. And they taking us serious. They don't take the black consciousness community serious, man. In fact, they even push that. That's why you see in these movies, they have they have certain movies and they have a black conscious guy, or they push that black consciousness vibe, or whatever Jake into. You'll rarely, if ever, see them push the idea of the Hebrew Israelite. And if they do, it's in effort for damage control, so to speak. They'll try to put us out there in a certain light so you can look, like when they had us in the media a year and a half ago, a year ago, for shooting up mosques, and, which that didn't work. Okay? But the point is, they watching us. That's why, again, we go back to Where was that?
Verse 5, it says, Thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies.
Right. So that's why when we read Revelation the 12th chapter, he knoweth that he had but a short time. That's because he listening to us. All right. Which they got their prognosticators, historians, which, you know, they go into certain things, but we pretty much giving them the answers. All right. And this is why they moving at this warp speed, which we're going to get into that as well. All right.
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this Psalm 50 in 21. It said, These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee.
Yep, the Lord said he's going to reprove you. Go ahead.
And set them in order before thine eyes.
So before your eyes, we're being set in order. And it's Esau at the camp with us. And I'm talking about these elites. Is they coming up to the camp? No. They watching us on these live streams, these different epistles in the form of these videos. And they actually go as far as subscribing to you. They get that notification bell. Oh, shit. You know? But they taking notes. They understand that what we're saying is the truth. And guess what? This is not a foreign concept to digest, because throughout history, this is how all the nations, they knew when the prophet, they listened to the prophets. They ear hustled the prophets. Remember the prophet Mike Allah? Where he said, I don't even want to hear him because he had nothing good to say about it. So we was raised up as pretty much that bridge, if you will, you know, to channel the words of Yahweh Shema Shah to the planet Earth, that pipeline, so to speak. All right? So now let's go back. You had a precept? All right, so now let's go back here.
All right, Kai. This from NewYorkTimes.com. As a Wendy's with no burgers, as meat production is hit.
Right, so meat production is taking a hit, but who's behind this? Esau. And this is a move of desperation. There's a saying, desperate times calls for desperate measures. You know,
Yeah, that's
I know that. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Do you think this is a coincidence? All of a sudden, you know? No, this is because the so-called white man and him forecasting his future, he know in order for him to gain any momentum or maintain any grip on his power, he got to make a move. And what he's doing right now is affecting the people in their livelihood so that he might establish his new world order. So we're going to read into this. Go ahead, Al.
It says hundreds of food chains locations aren't serving hamburgers.
Hold up, man. You Wendy's, but you ain't got hamburgers? Go ahead, Al.
It says, and grocery stores are limiting meat purchases.
Now hold up. It ain't just about Wendy's. It ain't just about these different fast food restaurants. It's dealing with grocery stores. And what's looming is a famine, a great famine, in fact. And that's what's foretold by the scripture, and it's going to lay hold on America, man. But the one that's behind it is the so-called white man. He's the harbinger of death. Matter of fact, hold that out and give me St. John 10:10 real quick. Because anything, and you give me Proverbs 16:4. Whenever death comes, the Lord uses his instrument to bring that death, which is Esau, man, the harbinger of death. All right, before you give me yours real quick.
This is the book of Proverbs 16, verse 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself.
And again, this includes scenarios. Spirit having us bring this out more lately. The Lord just don't have to create physical things, animals and birds, the fowls of the air, the fish, the creepy crawling thing, the beast of the field. The Lord also creates scenarios. That day you slam your hand in the door. The Lord created that scenario. All right? So this famine that's looming and brewing, the Lord created that scenario. Go ahead.
Yeah, even the wicked.
Right, so the Lord said he created all things for himself. Even the wicked, go ahead.
For the day of evil.
For the day of evil. And the famine is going to be a day of evil, man. Which that's approaching, right? So the Lord created the so-called white man for that. Because this man, he has no feelings, you know? He breathes death. So he has no problem with carrying this up. That's why he was created. See? So now let's get what you got.
God, this St. John 10:10. The thief cometh not.
Hold up. Who is the thief, man? It's Esau. Give me real quick. Somebody give me Micah 2 and start at the top. This man is a thief. Everything this man gotten, again, it wasn't allotted to him. It wasn't his inheritance. He stole it, man. All right? Whoever got it, go ahead.
You are.
Yeah, this is the book of Micah 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity, that in work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in their power and of their hands.
Right. So it's in the power of their hand. Right. So the so-called white man has the power. Esau has the power to enforce righteousness. Do not they run the planet Earth? They can easily say, you know what? We're going to follow the God of the Bible. We're going to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shema Shah. But they take that power and they harness that power and they make it go left. All right, go ahead up.
Verse 2, it says, and they covet fields.
Hold up, and they covet fields. Go ahead.
And take them by violence.
Oh, and they take them by violence, man. Everything this man got, he took it by violence. All right, go ahead.
And houses.
And houses.
And take them away. So they oppressed a man and his house.
Right, so this devil oppresses a man and his house. The house goes back to your lineage and your bloodline. You know? So this man has oppressed us and our house. Go ahead.
Even a man and his heritage.
Even a man and his heritage. This man, look, we didn't have nothing. Okay, we were stripped of everything, right? All of a sudden we found out, hold up, we the Israelites. At least we got that. And this devil want that, man. He wants to say, nah, we the Israelites. That man oppressed you and he still and covered everything, man. Yep. See that? So now let's go back here.
St. John.
That's why this is written.
The thief coming
see,
back.
See, the thief. All right? And see, Christianity will teach you that that's just the random guy on the corner. You know? Tavarius. You know what I mean? Just the guy who will break in your house. No, the thief is the guy that hijacked continents, that stole not just North America, not just America, but North, Central, and South America. This man hijacked the entire planet Earth. All right? Go ahead.
It said the thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Right, and this is what this man has done. This man has stolen, he's killed, and he's destroyed. All right? That's why when we read Revelation 11 chapter, it says the Lord is going to destroy him that destroyed the earth.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, I am come that they might have life, that they might have it more abundantly.
Right. So now let's go back to this article.
Khan. It says, I'm going to read from the top again. It says, hundreds of fast food chains locations aren't serving hamburgers and grocery stores are limiting meat purchases. As shoppers begin to feel the impact of meat packaging plant shutdowns.
So, hold up, who had the power to shut that down? Esau, man. So that proves that Esau don't give a damn about not only you Jakes, but he don't give a damn about Esau as well. Matter of fact, let's get Ecclesiastes 14 and start at 4.
Ecclesiastes Sirach 14 and 4. He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul.
Oh, so who is this dealing with? Who gathered by defrauding his own soul? Esau. Read.
It says, gathereth for others that shall spend his good riotously.
Right, so really Esau, everything that he's gotten is only for us. Okay? Go ahead.
He that is evil to himself.
Oh look, he that is evil to himself. So the so-called white man is evil to his own people. This man is cutting off the food supplies, cutting off the vegetation, you know, the farmland. You know? Go ahead.
It said, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
Right, to whom will he be good? So if he's evil to his own people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out there damn sure should expect this man to be good to you, man. Or deal diplomatically with you. Go ahead.
He shall not take pleasure in his goods.
Right, so everything that he got, he's not going to take pleasure in it. Go ahead.
There is none worse than he that envieth himself.
Right, so there's none worse than the so-called white man. Go ahead.
And this is a recompense of his wickedness.
Right, and this is the payback of his wickedness, man. Go ahead.
If he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly.
Right, like you got these stimulus checks. This man is doing that unwillingly, man. It's all done so he can snare you. Go ahead.
It said, and at the last.
Oh, what?
And at the last, he will declare his wickedness.
Right, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to show you his horns. All right? So now let's go back to that article.
Yep. It says, Hundreds of Wendy's restaurants have run out of hamburgers.
Mm-hmm.
Kroger, the largest supermarket chain in the United States, is limiting the amount of ground beef and pork the customer can buy at some stores.
Right, so it's a limit. You can't go and buy whatever you want. Which you shouldn't be buying damn pork anyway, but that's a delicacy for you Americans.
Yep.
But it's limited. You can't just go in there and buy, what you want to buy. All right? Go ahead.
It said, and Costco, where shoppers typically buy in bulk, has placed a 3-product cap on purchases of fresh beef, poultry, and pork.
Right, so there's a limit to what you can buy. And that's the inkling, that's the signs of this great famine that's coming. But it all goes back to Esau, and this is a testament of his desperation. See? Go ahead.
It says, over the last month, dozens of meat packaging plants across the country has shut down because of coronavirus outbreaks.
Right, and we know that the coronavirus is nothing more than a narrative. Again, this is all an effort for this man to establish his goals. His crowning achievement, which comes in the New World Order. But you got to remember, it all goes back to the birthright. This is simple. That's why the scriptures say the simplicity in Yahweh Shah, which is the scriptures. Go ahead.
He says, raising concerns about the country's meat supply. Now the impact of those disruptions is reaching customers at fast food drive-thrus as well as grocery stores.
Right, so you got people that's pissed at in the fast food. You done waited 15, 20 minutes in a line to get up there and find out you can't get a burger, man. At a damn burger joint. But again, this goes back to Esau. This proves that this man is showing his own. He don't give a damn about you, man. It's all an effort for him to seize control of the planet Earth. Go ahead.
He says, at fast food drive-thrus as well as grocery stores like Wegmans and Hy-Vee, where certain meat products are becoming harder to find.
Yep, go ahead.
It says on Monday, nearly 1/5 of Wendy's restaurants.
What, 1/5? That's a hard number, man. All right, go ahead. That's a little under a quarter, of all the Wendy's restaurants. Which Wendy's is a permanent fixture in America. It's a part of the fixture of America. It's a part of the customs of America. Go ahead.
He says on Monday, nearly 1/5 of Wendy's restaurants, a total of 1,043 locations, were completely sold out of beef products, including burgers, according to analysis by the financial firm Stephens. It says, which examined the online menu at every Wendy's in the United States.
Right, so that goes back to the so-called white man. It don't have to be a famine, but the Lord is using this devil, which he symbolizes death. He's using him to bring about this famine. Which this man is all about death. That's why his gift was the sword. And that sword is not always designated to a physical sword, such as a gun. That sword spills over to, for an example, the CDC, the Center of Disease Control, where you got these diseases that's released, that's a part of the sword. And in this case, what we're speaking about now, the food shortages, that's the sword, because the sword symbolizes destruction. And that's what the so-called white man promotes. Go ahead.
It says on social media, customers posted photographs of sold-out signs.
Right. See that? So these people bugging out. But that's proof that what we've been saying the whole time is accurate. Okay? The words of Yahweh Shema Shah is going to stand the test of time.
That's right.
And eventually your opinions and your outlooks and your desires, your expectations is going to be none and void. Okay? It's going to be irrelevant. Only thing that's relevant right now is the prophecies and the word, the counsel of Yahweh Shema Shah. You got a precept?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Real quick.
You got something?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach 12, verse 17. If adversity come upon thee.
Matter of fact, jump up.
Start at verse
Jump up at the 15 verse.
Yeah, this is the book of Sirach 12, verse 15. For a while he will abide with thee. But if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
Right, and that's what that's Esau, man. Right now, this is that while he's abiding with you. He's giving you stimulus packages. He's pretty much greasing your palm. He's licking your wound, so to speak. But go ahead.
It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
Right, yeah, he tell you everything's going to be all right. Never mind me. I'm not here to do you no harm. Go ahead.
But in his heart, he imagined how to throw thee into a pit.
And again, that heart is symbolic to these secret meetings. These devils is feverly, man. They're at a feverish pitch. They sitting around daily, and they coming up with ideas to bring forth their new world order. And guess what? It's going to be at the expense of millions of lives. That's why when this coronavirus first started off, they jumped out there. They didn't look before they leaped. They came out there at the press conference. We expect over 100,000 to 240,000 people to die this week. See? Go ahead.
It says, he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity...
Oh, if he found opportunity, which is the perfect opportunity. These devils, I believe through the Spirit, I'm pretty sure you brothers believe as well, and all you serious-minded brothers out there as well, as well as sisters alike, those who are spiritually invested. There's no way this man is going to just bring everything back to normal. He might to a certain extent, but this is the perfect opportunity. This is the time for him to seize this moment. He's not going to have another moment like this. He got two people totally eating out of his hand. You got people walking around with damn masks on. Okay, now he can make his move. Go ahead.
It says...
Read that again.
It says, he will weep with his eyes, but if he found the opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
Right, it's going to be overkill. See, go ahead.
If adversity come upon thee...
Right, if adversity come upon you, go ahead.
Thou shalt find him there first.
Right, so you're going to find a so-called white man. I got a stimulus check for you. We got a plan to relieve you. He's the first motherfucker there. And even when you go back, like, for an example, case in point, in the earthquake in Haiti. Goddamn Clinton and them motherfuckers was there, man. Okay? First motherfuckers on the scene. But why is they there? Go ahead.
It says, and though he pretend to help thee...
Oh, he'll pretend to help you. He's giving you a stimulus check. All right? Go ahead.
Yet shall he undermine thee.
Yet he's there to undermine you. So you got to watch the devil. He's the devil. And you shouldn't expect nothing different. And right now the Lord is having mercy by letting this man show his horns. See? You got more over here?
That's it.
That's it? So now let's go with what you got.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 19:21. There are many devices in a man's heart.
And again, the heart is your secret means. Look, man, when you think something in your mind, you're counseling with yourself. That's actually a meeting with your faculties. Oh, you know you have a faculty. That's why it's called your mental faculties.
That's it.
See? Go ahead.
It said there are many devices in a man's heart. The counsel of the Lord, that shall stand.
Right, so this word is going to stand. Don't give a damn what Esau thinks. And what Esau is doing is actually the counsel of the Most High. See how bad the Lord is?
That's it.
See that? So you got more over here?
No,
Let's go, but you got some more over here?
Yeah. This I can just hit this last little point on this. He said on social media, customers posted photographs of sold out signs at Wendy's drive-thru.
Right, and they was pissed. Go ahead.
And noted the irony of a hamburger shortage at a chain that popularized.
Hey man, call Halal Yahweh Shemiyah Shah. We've been telling you, man, that it's going to be a great famine, man.
That's it.
Okay? Now it's happening. But as it pertains to this class, we're going to show you through the Spirit that this Esau, and it's all driven by his desperation. And see, what's got to happen is for him to accomplish what he's trying to accomplish, he got to pull out all the stops.
Yep.
For an example, if you think of like a porcupine, right? A porcupine, in order for him to accomplish his survival, you got to see those thorns, what you call it, thistles.
Yep.
He might can get through without it, but if he want to make sure he get through,
that's it.
so Esau got no choice but to show himself. He got no choice but to show himself, man. Hey, if you deal with any like sports, football, basketball, hey man, that certain player, he gonna leave it out on the floor, as they say. You know, the time the game is winding down, the game is in doubt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Man, you're gonna exert everything if you're really trying to win. But that's what Esau's trying to do. So you think Esau's not gonna leave it all out there? He's gonna show himself as being the devil. Okay, go ahead.
He said they noted the irony of a hamburger shortage at a chain that popularized the slogan, "Where's the beef?"
And that's one of the cruel jokes of Yahweh Shemiyah Shah. All right. So now, give us whatever you got.
I get that. What you want to get that? The stars and signs, or you want to get the water?
Yeah. No matter get the stars. They get that.
All right, kind. All right, this is from Yahoo News.
Mm-hmm.
It says stars and scientists.
Stars and scientists. Go ahead.
Call for world not to go back to normal.
Now you got these stars. Matter of fact, go ahead and read into it.
And this came out today.
Oh, so that came out today.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
It says a host of celebrities and scientists, including Madonna.
All right, Madonna. She's nothing more than a lesser luminary.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing the bidding of the elites and the devil. Go ahead.
Robert De Niro.
Go ahead.
And a clutch of Nobel Prize runners
Uh-huh.
have called for a radical change in the world.
Right, so they calling for a radical change in the world. What's that change? The New World Order, man.
Yep.
So you, one of these bankers, Oppenheimer, is not going to come out and say that, but he's going to use his servants to come out and say that. All right? Go ahead.
Rather than a return to normal.
Right, so these celebrities saying we don't want to return to normal. They want it to be where you got to use the digital, the digital outlets, order your food, order your clothes, and pretty much they advocate for the New World Order. All right, but again, this is nothing more than the so-called white man and his desperation. Matter of fact, give me Job, the 15th chapter, and start at the 20th verse. Around the 20th verse, and let's read down.
This Job chapter 15 and 20. It says, "The wicked man travaileth."
Oh. That right there proves that there is no such thing. Now there is a spiritual being Satan, yeah, but he's in order, man. The spiritual being Satan is considered a son of the Most High. Just read Job, the 2nd chapter. Okay, this man. Well, that's the spiritual being Satan. He actually has access to being in the presence of Yahweh, man. Which you don't have that access, man. Furthermore, he's in complete order. Case in point, the Lord gave him certain restrictions as it pertained to Job, in relation to Job. He told Satan, look, don't kill Job. You can do whatever you want. And Satan followed the orders, man. That's more than you can say for a lot of you people, especially you Israelites, who the children of the Most High. You disobeyed the Most High. Satan is in order, man. He didn't say, oh, I'm Satan, I'm against the Lord, and I'm going to kill Job. No, he followed the orders. So, yeah, there is a spiritual being Satan, but you have a wicked, okay, here on the planet Earth, that pretty much manifests the wickedness the Lord used as a vessel, if you will, to bring forth the wickedness on the planet Earth in this physical realm. And how many times we got to tell you, it's Esau, it's the so-called white man, And if you don't believe me, you're going to know soon enough. And right now the man is showing his horns. Okay? So, let's go. Oh, you got a precept?
Just the border of wickedness.
Cut.
Yeah, this Malachi 1 and 4, it said, whereas Edom said we are impoverished,
right,
but we return and build.
See, the scriptures make too much sense, man. Edom translates to the so-called white man. All right, go ahead.
We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
And, which is desperation time. And they're looking to do that now. They want to rebuild this desolate system. Okay, go ahead.
It said, thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever.
Right, so wherever this man is, he's going to be considered the wicked. But you see in the same breath, Edom is known as the border of wickedness. Now, if you're really serious, man, you should ask yourself, who is Edom? And that's what we did. And the Lord showed us and revealed to us, it's you devils, man.
Yep.
All right, so now let's go back where you at.
This Job 15 and 20. It said, the wicked man travaileth with pain.
So hold up. That proves right there, it said the wicked man. That's why I was bringing up the point about the spiritual being saved. Why didn't it just say the wicked spirit? Well, guess what? This complements 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, which we opened up with through the Spirit. That man of sin is going to be revealed. All right? Go ahead.
It says, the wicked man travaileth with pain all his days, and the number of years is hidden to the oppressor.
Right. So he don't know how long he have. It's in his destiny lies with Yahweh Shema Shah. And it's something he's fighting for to prolong. Matter of fact, I want you to get that in the pocket.
Would you what that was? Winter Sound 3, yeah.
Let's get that real quick.
Yeah,
so his days are hidden with the Lord. And that's enough to make you, that's enough to cause you to panic. You know, you don't know how long you got. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
God, this is Psalm 3 and 16. As for the children of adulterers.
Hold up. Who are the children of adulterers? Oh, the Spirit had what we went into that last night. The science behind reincarnation. You are your fathers, and your fathers are your children. So who are the adulterers? The so-called white man on all levels. He promote adultery physically. Why? Because he gives you liberty to gad abroad. Like women, you know, he give you the luxury of saying, you know, I'm tired of this man. I don't like the way he operates. I want to go to somebody. They got dating sites. They got dating apps. They don't enforce you commit adultery. You know what I mean? See how this fucking devil, man? You know, they pretty much promote that. Because, you know, the music, all the music, you can't make a hit song unless it's talking about popping another man's woman, man. And not just in the rap game, even R&B. You just go do the research yourself. Every song that's, go out with it, Me and Mrs. Jones. Remember that old shit?
Yeah.
That's fucking wicked, man. But Esau promote that. See? That's and also on the spiritual level, he's an adulterer because he promotes you deviating from your power. Everything that he promotes is an effort for you to sway away from your power. That's why when you go back to Maccabees, they put out the edict and the decree that every man shall leave his God, man. Okay? Go ahead.
God, it says, as for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection.
Right, meaning you're not going to fulfill your plan. That's why we ain't sweating over here, man. We know you devils scrambling, you know, but guess what? Yahweh Shema Shah is not going to let you fulfill your plan. You're not going to crown your enterprise a success, man. Read that again.
It says, as for the children of adulterers, they shall not come into their perfection.
Yeah, go ahead.
And the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out.
Right. Go ahead.
It says, for though they live long.
Right, yeah, because when you go back to the ancient Greco-Roman Empire, which was the Greeks, the Romans, then all of a sudden they bounced back and came back. When you consider the statue, what's the longest part of the body? The legs, which that's dealing with Esau. Okay, the Greeks and the Romans down to the toes. That's why the Lord said he's going to make bare the thigh. So now they're being exposed. Go ahead.
It says, for though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded. It says, in their last age.
Hold up. In their last age, which is now the last days. Go ahead. What's going to happen?
Shall be without honor.
They're going to be without honor. Give me Obadiah. Obadiah. And start at the top. Read that one more time.
It says, for though they live long.
Though it seems like these devils, like it'll never end. That's why if you consider our ancestors, they didn't see, they'll marvel at this day to see this man not having the power he once had. This man squirming. Because that's why when you read, matter of fact, give me something real quick. Give me Psalms 73 real quick and start at 4. Psalm 73. Matter of fact, start at 3.
Yeah, this Psalm 73. Oh, slide, that's 80. It's a lot. Yeah, this Psalm 73, you said start at 3. It says, for I was envious at the foolish.
All right, who's the foolish? Esau. Go ahead.
When I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Right, that was the time when everything this man did, he accomplished. Everything he set out to do, he accomplished it. Go ahead.
For there are no bands in their depth, but their strength is firm.
Right, so that's what you would think, especially our ancestors. They thought that this man's grip on power was firm. Not understanding that the Lord was going to overthrow this man eventually here in these last days. All right, so that's all I want to write down. Give me what you got.
It's the book of Obadiah, 1 and verse 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power.
And what's a vision? A prophecy. Go ahead.
Concerning Edom.
Oh, hold up. What?
Concerning Edom.
Concerning you so-called white people. Go ahead.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
And that's ultimately what the Lord has formatted for the so-called white man and his demise, this conglomerate of nations, including his allies, to rise up against him in battle. You know, where they're going to eventually shoot those arrows, those ICBM missiles at America. Go ahead.
It says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Oh, see, I have made thee small among the heathen." Go ahead.
Thou art greatly despised."
Thou art greatly despised. Let's go back to where you was at.
It says, "For though they live long, yet they shall be nothing regarded. And their last age shall be without honor."
So now they're being greatly despised. They don't have the honor they used to have. You go back into the heyday of America, people flocked over here, you know, in an effort to create a soft land for their kids, their children after that. They looked at this place as the land of milk and honey, the land of opportunity, right? But now these people looking at the so-called white man as being a very small thing, you know? Nothing to be regarded and greatly despised. You got something else?
So, yeah, this is Sirach 10:31. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches?
Right here we are. We're in poverty and we honored. So how much more when we get the riches of the Lord? Go ahead.
And he that is dishonorable in riches.
Now you go to the so-called white man on the flip side. He's dishonored. He's dishonored in riches. He got everything, and everybody look at me like a piece of shit. Go ahead.
How much more in poverty?
So how much more when he's on all fours, you know, burying bodies, you know, and living in holes in the ground, and being an all-out slave. Okay, when his hair grow and you know, you see this devil. That's why the scripture says, "This the man." He's gonna look like that little thing of what's that? Harry Potter. The little I forget his name. He walk, little walk. That's gonna be Esau, man.
God.
He's gonna be throwing just raw, you know. Hold up, what you got something?
Yeah, kind of. I got. You got something? You down on that?
Yeah, that was it on that.
Yeah, this is the book of Job 18 and verse 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle.
Right, and that's what you're witnessing right now. The confidence of Esau is being rooted out. This man is not sure about his future. His future is bleak indeed. And this man is coming up with all these different formulas. He got these think tanks. And this man is scratching and clawing in effort to try to gain momentum of the birthright, man. You know? But now that confidence is rooted out. Although Trump will come out and say everything's going smooth. No. Right? Go ahead, huh?
It says, "And it shall bring him to the king of terrors."
Which is Yahweh Shema Shah. Go ahead.
It says, "It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off."
Right. So that means you can't grow back. You can't bounce back. If the root, like I can cut down a tree right now, but if the root is still intact, then there's hope for that tree. That's why Yahweh Shai is known as the root, you know, the offspring in the root, because although we was cut off, we got a root. But when you consider Esau, the root is rooted up, man. Alright? So he'll never bounce back. You got more over here? Alright, so let's go back to that.
I'll start at 17 again. What's Silent Thread 17? "For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor."
So here in the last days, in the last hurrah, if you will, in this man's last run, he's not being regarded. Okay, go ahead.
"Or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial."
Right, so we got comfort in the day of trial. See, go ahead.
"For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation."
Right, and that's dealing with Esau, the so-called white man. So let's go back. Where you was at?
This is back in Job 15. So like back in Job 15.
Go ahead and start at 20 again.
20. All right, kind. This Job 15 and 20. It said, "The wicked man travaileth with pain all his days, and the number of his years is hidden to the oppressor."
Right, so the oppressor don't know how long he have. You know, that's why you see him scrambling. You see the swarm of activity. Oh, they got the killer bees.
Yeah, kind.
Oh, it's another disease that's out. It's so much shit going on, I can't even remember it. You know?
Linked to the COVID.
Yeah, linked to the COVID. That's this devil, man, not knowing the uncertainty. See, we calm. That's why the scripture say, "Be still and know that I am Yahweh." We calm because we understand the Lord is in control. All right? And our destiny lies with him. But Esau, in his carnality, he feels as if he can establish his own,
That's it.
power. See? Go ahead, Doc.
It says, a dreadful sound is in his ears.
Yeah, that's us. And the scripture's bad, y'all.
That's it.
A dreadful sound is in his ears. We are eerie sound. When they get that alert, which every time you get an alert, that's symbolic to the trumpet blowing. So whoever you subscribe to, and if you ain't getting them alerts, they ain't blowing the trumpet. All right? But guess what? That dreadful sound is in his ears. This is dreadful to Esau. Go ahead.
It says, a dreadful sound is in his ears, and prosperity,
Go ahead.
and prosperity, the destroyer shall come upon him.
I'll read that again.
A dreadful sound is in his ears.
Right, a dreadful sound is in his ears. Go ahead.
And prosperity.
That proves again that he ear hustling us. He ain't watching Brother Polite. He ain't watching Dr. Umar Johnson and all crazy shit, man. This man is watching us, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It said, in prosperity, the destroyer shall come upon him. He believeth not that he shall return out of darkness. And he is waited for, of the sword.
Right. That's Ezekiel the 7th chapter. The end watching for you. So the sword is waiting for you devils. You can scratch and claw all you want, but destruction is prepared for you. All right, go ahead, Up.
It says, he wandereth abroad for bread, saying, where is it? He knows that the day of darkness is ready at his hand.
So the day of darkness is waiting on you. Go ahead.
It said, trouble and anguish shall make him afraid. They shall prevail against him, and as a king ready to the battle. For he stretched out his hand against the Most High.
Yeah, and that's what he did, man. Case in point, when you wrote legislation in the law, for an example, right, amongst many other things, I'm just throwing this out there, when you gave rights to homosexuals, when you went as far as protecting homosexuals, that was a direct attack against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai. You know? That's why when you read in Psalm 73, it said he set his mouth. That what you get?
Yeah,
that spirit. Go ahead.
Yeah, Psalm 73 and 9. I'm going to start at 8. It says, they are corrupt and speak wickedly.
Who that's talking about? Furthermore, why isn't this talking about some guy underground? It's saying that would be the guy you would be talking about. But no, it's talking about a certain people, man. Okay? Those who brought death to the planet, the seed of unrighteousness. I think it tell you that in First Ezra. We'll talk about the seed that was planted.
Oh, yeah, kind of, yep.
You know? Go ahead, Up.
It says, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily.
Yep.
Their mouth, it's like they set their mouth against the heavens.
Yeah, meaning their laws and legislations is against the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai. It's contrary. It's totally adverse to how the Lord laid everything out. See? Go ahead.
And their tongue walketh through the earth.
Right, meaning the so-called white man and his policies run the planet Earth. And if you don't comply to what he say, he's going to hit you with sanctions, or if all else fails, he just might bomb you to hell and back. All right? So now let's go back.
God, yeah, this Job 15 and 25, it said, he stretched out his hand against the Most High.
Yeah, yep.
And strengthened himself against the Almighty.
Who else is that, man? You don't think that the so-called 47th chapter, he said that there's no power beside me?
Yeah, kind of,
That's what these devils do. When you came up with the fucking Big Bang Theory in a roundabout way, you were saying, no, there's no other power out there. Fucking devils, man. Go ahead, Up.
God, it says, he runneth upon him, even on his neck, upon the thick, upon the thick bosses of his bucklers, because he covered his face with fatness.
That's a fulfillment of Genesis the 20. That's why the Lord said he proclaimed the end from the beginning. Genesis the 27th chapter goes into the fatness that this man covered himself in, which goes into the whole entire planet Earth. Furthermore, I think that's the book of Habakkuk where it says this man is not satisfied. He's like the devil. He's like the grave. And the grave is not satisfied. Fucking man got the currency, but that's not enough. He wants you now. What you getting at?
I'm getting Sirach 14.
Get that.
I get that Proverbs 15.
Yep, go ahead. Bring them out. And we're going to continue to get on you, Esau. Why? Because that's the time we're in. You know, we're in a time where the thief is being identified and targeted. You know, the defendant. And we're in court. And Lord will, we're going to go into that. We're going to continue into that, Lord will, tomorrow, man. The interrogation of Esau. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach 14 and verse 9. A covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion.
Right, yeah, it is. The so-called white man had a portion, which was Mount Seir, man. The Lord gave everybody their portion. But this devil wasn't satisfied. He came out of there looking to conquer the world. Go ahead.
It says, "In the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul."
Right. Oh, and that links up with Ezekiel. Give me that real quick. Ezekiel 17 and 24. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 30 and 15. The horse leech have two daughters crying.
Hold up. Read this again.
The horse leech.
The horse what?
The horse leech.
A horse leech. Have you ever heard of a leech? Go ahead.
It said the horse leech have two daughters crying.
Yeah.
Give.
Give. That's Esau. Give. Fucking devil, man. You got everything, man. And you want more. But hold up. A leech wants blood.
That's it.
See that? It ain't like, this leech wants blood. So in order for him to be satisfied, blood must be shed. That's why Ezekiel 35 says, "Thou hast not hated blood." You the leech, Esau. Go ahead.
This is, there are, there are three things that are never satisfied.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, four things say not, it is enough. It's water.
Yep.
And the fire that saith not, it is enough.
Right, so that's Esau, man. When you put it all together, man. This man is not satisfied with his portion. You know, the scriptures tell us to be, and here it are, we the next kings, Lord will. The Lord said, be content with food and raiment. Fucking devils, you took over the whole planet Earth, man. And you want to go to Mars now. Oh, the brother was doing a video about the elevators. These devils, they're trying to go out in the heavens, man. Because you're not satisfied with your portion. Really, the Lord was merciful. The Lord gave you the earth. The Lord said you're going to have to fatten up. That was your portion. And now you said, fuck that. I want to go out to Mars, man. That's why you're going to be confined to holes in the ground. Fucking devil. All right. Give me what you got real quick.
This is the book of Ezekiel 17 verse 24. And all the trees of the field shall know that I, the Lord, have brought down the high tree.
Right, that's Esau. We're in the midst of the Lord bringing down the high tree. And when you hey, you ever notice like they cut down the tree timber? Well, a tree never go down silently. It hit all the other trees on its way down. Go ahead.
It says, and have exalted the low tree.
Right, which is us. We've been exalted now. Go ahead.
Have dried up the green tree.
Right, and that's what you're seeing here in America. You still in Job?
Yeah, God.
What's a part of the drying up? You're not able to go to the bar. You're not able to go visit these venues which held these sporting events or either concerts. You see what I'm saying? Everything's being dried up. Go ahead.
And have made the dry tree to flourish.
Right, and we flourishing through the spirit of power. Yahweh Shema Shai. Go ahead.
I, the Lord, have spoken and have done it.
The Lord claimed responsibility. What you going to do about it? All right, now let's give me what you got.
Con, it's back in Job 15 and 27 again. It says, because he covered his face with his fatness and making collops of fat on his flanks.
Yep, go ahead.
And he dwelleth in desolate cities.
Hold up. Does not America become desolate all of a sudden?
Yep, that's it.
It ain't like it used to be. Oh, I was just reading today that New York and the subway system was shut down completely for the first time ever. Well, you can't ride the subways? These cities is becoming desolate. This is a prophecy. Read that again.
And he dwelleth in desolate cities.
See? He dwelleth in desolate cities. After all that scratching and clawing, Andrew Jackson putting all these people to death, the Trail of Tears, Wounded Knee. You know? You wreaking havoc throughout the planet Earth. You know, committing damn near genocide on our people. Guess what? You still end up dwelling in desolate places. Read that again.
It said he dwelleth in desolate cities, and in houses which no man inhabiteth,
Go ahead.
which are ready to become heaps.
So now it's ready to become heaps. Why? Because the Lord's going to destroy this place. You know? In the form of World War III. Go ahead.
It said, he shall not be rich,
Eh?
neither shall his substance continue.
Yeah, you're not going to continue, man.
That's it.
All right? No matter how much plotting and planning you're doing, your riches is not going to continue. This is that eerie sound. Over the scripture said, this is that dreadful sound, man. You didn't want to hear that. Go ahead.
That's it. It says, neither shall he prolong.
Oh, hold real quick. Go back to Revelation 12 and 12 one more time. So this is why this devil is showing his horns. Again, if a porcupine, right, is under pressure, those thorns going to pop up. Why? Because he's looking to prolong his days. So the same with Esau. When he see that his kingdom is in jeopardy, the horns is going to pop out because he's looking to prolong his days. Give me that real quick, and we're going to go back over here.
This book of Revelation 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens,
Yeah.
and ye that dwell in them.
And we are rejoicing. Go ahead.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth
Right. All these people outside of this circle, go ahead.
and of the sea.
Right. Which is dealing with the multitude of the people. Because the scriptures tell you there's more that's going to be destroyed than us. All right. Go ahead.
It says, for the devil is come down unto you.
Yeah. Corner off a cat if you want. And he's going to come down with great wrath. Why? Because he's trying to survive. Go ahead.
Because he knoweth
Because he knoweth.
that he hath but a short
You
time.
know it, but they have but a short time. So what? When you have a short time, you want to prolong that time. That's why you see animals fighting for their life. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, he shall not be rich, neither shall his substance continue, neither shall he prolong the perfection thereof upon the earth.
So he's not going to prolong the will of Yahweh by Shemi Awasat. Give me. Oh, you know, like in court, you get an extension. You know that don't apply over here. Go ahead. Oh, Salak, go ahead.
This Ezekiel 12 verse 28. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore.
Woo! The meaning with the prophecies, man. So the Lord is enforcing. The Lord has decreed a certain day, a certain hour, where this man is going to be overthrown, and there's nothing he can do about it. All right. You got more?
Yeah, a little bit. It says, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power.
Right. Yep. So go ahead.
It says, he shall not depart out of darkness, the flame shall drop his branches,
Yep.
and by the breath of his mouth shall he go away. It says, let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense.
Right, because this is empty. There's nothing, no substance about the so-called white man or whatever philosophies he has laid out. You know? Go ahead.
He said, it shall be accomplished before his time,
Yeah, yep, go ahead.
and his branches shall not be green.
Yep, and we read that how it's going to dry up. All right?
Okay.
So now, let's go back, let's get the other one.
All
in
right.
the interest of time.
All right.
I mean, we got a lot, there's more, I think we got a couple more stuff over here, but just for the interest of time, let's go
right.
into whatever else you might have.
This from Yahoo News. This came out on May 5th, 2020, yesterday.
Yesterday, go ahead.
It said, is it worth risking lives to speed up a coronavirus vaccine?
Right, so that's desperation. You're like, I'm going to kill everybody in this motherfucker as long as I can live. Oh, and shout out, and the water to the brother, he sent me this article right here. All right, go ahead.
It says, the Trump administration last week announced a program.
Oh, the Trump administration, the cabinet, this is a secret council, all right, which is an extent with a package. Then they'll brief Trump, and that spills over to these different governors and city councilmen and mayors. That's the pecking order. Go ahead, Al.
It said the Trump administration last week announced a program to dramatically speed up the process of creating a vaccine.
Why? We just read why. Because he knows that he have but a short time. Go ahead.
It said creating a vaccine for the coronavirus through a project called Operation Warp Speed.
Hold up, man. Let me look. I'm finna look that up. Let me see if I can get somebody that. Operation Warp Seed.
Yep.
Hey, you can't make this stuff up, man. That proves that the scriptures talking about Esau.
Yep.
Oh, it's already up there. Let me see.
Must be
Okay.
Star Trek. Yeah.
Yeah. It says Warp Speed And it says an extremely high speed. That's pretty much what they give you.
No, it should say something about the time. Go by the speed of light or something.
Well, okay, it give you the origin of that word, that term. Yeah, you see that, man? Bars, man. Alright, it says warp speed. Alright, and extremely high speed, they give you the origin. It said 1970s, popularized by the U.S. television series Star Trek, originally referring to a faster than light speed. That was
kind of.
faster than light speed attained by a spaceship traveling in a space warp. So that's extreme, but that's desperation.
Yep.
Let's get the ball rolling. You know, if somebody, best thing I can give you an example, right? You go work on the construction site, which I know y'all have. You have a schedule. You don't just work, you know, at your own leisure time. It's in order for you really to cash out on that check, you got to finish it you got a deadline, right? So at every construction site, you always have that floor when it comes to, hey, we got to wrap it up. We got to get the ball rolling. Well, that's Esau. Esau knowing they trying to build this new world order, but they feel the pressure, that overwhelming spirit over their shoulder. Time is running out. So that's why he came up with this idea of warp speed. See? Read that again, huh?
It says the Trump administration last week announced the program to dramatically speed up the process of creating a vaccine for the coronavirus through a project called Operation Warp Speed.
Oh, come on, man. These devils desperate, man. We know they don't give a damn about us. They don't care about you. So all of a sudden, they want to speed up everything to make sure you healthy. There's been people out on the streets homeless for years, eating damn Vienna sausages and shit. What about the AIDS epidemic?
Yep.
Why didn't they have a warp speed, you know? Which is coming now that there's cures for AIDS. There's cures for cancer. We got the cure for all them diseases.
Yep.
That's what wisdom. That's why the scriptures say, abhor not the herbs of the earth. We guess what? We got the cure for all those diseases over here, man. You know, cancer and all that. Well, guess what? Esau know the cure too, man. But you know, they make a lot of money through their pharmaceutical industries. You see what I'm saying? So, why all of a sudden they in this desperation mode of warp speed? You know, as if they coming under the banner is driven by them saving lives. Get the fuck out of here, man. We know what it's driven by.
That's right.
You understand that your time is short. Go ahead, up.
It says containment efforts like social distance and robust testing regime can help limit virus spread, but experts agree the pandemic won't be truly behind us until the broader population is given immunity through a vaccine.
Anytime we buying that shit, hey, give me the Royals wave.
Oh yeah, kind. Yep.
You got more over here on this information?
Yeah, it says despite the urgency creating.
Why does that work? Because again, Revelation the 12th chapter, these devils know that they have but a short time. You know? And that's with all kingdoms. You know, it's nothing more than the euphoria of being on top, ruling. Everything is about ruling. That's why you think, do you understand that's the gift? Matter of fact, give me St. John 3, I think it's St. John 3 and 27. Give me that real quick. And what's that in Wisdom of Solomon? Is that Wisdom of Solomon 6?
All the selfish.
Yeah. Is that 6?
6 and 20.
Yeah, give me that. Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 20.
Which one you want first?
Give me what you got first.
Yeah, this St. John 3 and 27. John answered and said, a man can receive nothing. It said it be given him from heaven.
Right. So what's that gift given? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's Luke 2 and 12. If not, let me see if try 2 and 32, I believe.
All right, God.
If that ain't there, let me see if I can find it.
Let's see. No, that ain't it. I'm like to
What, Luke 2?
Yeah, Luke 2.
Let me see. Try Luke 12. Yep, 12 and 32.
All right, kind.
Yep.
This is St. Luke.
So we just read, right, where the scriptures say every good gift, right, comes from the Most High. Well, let's find out really what that good gift is. Go ahead.
St. Luke 12:32. Fear not, little flock, Father's good pleasure.
All right, so go ahead.
To give you the kingdom.
So that's really the good gift. Psalms, the 2nd chapter, when the Lord talking to Yahweh Shai, he said, look, I'm going to give you rule over the heathen. Revelation, the 2nd chapter.
That's it.
You're going to rule over the nations with a rod of iron, just as I received from my Father. That's the good gift. It all goes into rulership. Give me what you got.
It's Wisdom of Solomon.
That's why Acts, the 1st chapter, what's the first thing the disciples asked? Well, at this time, you restore the kingdom unto us?
That's it. Yep, that's it.
That's what said, hey, look, without this,
Yeah, God, that's it.
See? A rule and clan mentality. That's what it's all about. Go ahead.
His Wisdom of Solomon 6. It says, therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. A kingdom.
It didn't say substance or certain things here and there. No, a kingdom. Meaning rulership. It's all about rulership. For desiring rulership? No. Continue.
If your delight be then in thrones.
Right, so if your delight be in thrones, go ahead.
And scepters.
And scepters, go ahead.
O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may
reign forevermore.
That's
So
it.
think about it. That's what the Lord wants you to have. The Lord wants you to have a ruling class mentality. That's why the Lord sarcastically said concerning his people, are Israel homeborn slaves? Because we are to be rulers, man.
That's right.
All right, so now, what else was we?
The wrong.
Okay, yep, give me that.
All right,
And did you have more of that information over there?
It really ain't.
Well, we can't. I know
Yeah,
you can if you.
yeah.
But you get the point, right? These devils, in their attempts to hold fast or gain momentum on the birthright again, they're going through extreme measures. Again, desperate times calls for desperate measures. And right now, these devils is desperate. And in this event, they're showing their horns. Okay?
Let me get this last
Get that little bit, then we're going to go over there.
All right, Con. It says, despite the urgency creating a vaccine, it is a slow, painstaking process. There are as many as 90 vaccines in development around the world, though only a handful are in the earliest stages of human trials. The most optimistic prediction suggests it will be at least a year to 18 months.
And that's the devil playing games with you. You got to remember, this devil is very shrewd. It tells you that in the book of Genesis, the 3rd chapter, how he was more shrewd than all the beasts of the field. Now, he would have you think that there's a demand for these vaccines. So you can say, oh, shit, let me go get the vaccine. It's only what left? It's only 90 left. So you round up your family, your cousins, their family, in the neighborhood to go get the vaccine. Like they do with the Jordans. They have you think that this is a special edition, a limited edition, or a certain watch, or even an ancient relic that you might come across in a museum. Okay? This how slick these devils are, man. But the Lord said he made our head as hard as your head, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, it would be at least a year to 18 months before a vaccine is widely available.
Right, so you'll be licking your chops for a vaccine. See how these devils is, man? Go ahead.
He said that may seem slow, but it would actually shatter the record for the fastest vaccine ever developed, which currently stands at 4 years.
Yeah.
It says, that was pretty much the point.
So what's happening? These devils and that instinct of survival is kicking in. Again, you corner off a porcupine, and what's going to happen? If that porcupine want to survive, he might survive without showing his horn or showing his thorns, whatever you want to call it, right? Thistles. But in order for him to ensure his survival, he's going to show himself fully. So that's what his devil is at. In order for him to ensure his survival, he can no longer play it off, if you will. He got to show himself. Okay? So listen, let's get this right here.
Con, this Jeremiah 5 and 22. Fear ye not me, saith the Lord. Will ye not tremble at my presence? Will ye have placed the sand for the bound of the sea?
Right, so the Lord placed the sand for a bound of the sea. And that's going into rulerships. Alright? Meaning the Lord set up a bound that no ruler can pass. When you go into the ancient Assyrians, the Babylonian Empire, they had a bound where they couldn't pass. You know, the Medo-Persian Empire, they couldn't go no further than what the Lord sanctioned for them. That's why when you read Daniel, the 2nd chapter, it goes into how the Lord compared the times to seasons. You know? And in seasons, you know, you see a certain season, it can't spill over to the next season. That's why when you read the parable of Lazarus and the rich man, where it say there's a gulf in between us where no man can pass. Well, that means after the so-called white man is his rulership and his reign of terror has ran its course, he can't go no further. Yep. See? Go ahead, Al.
He said, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree that it cannot pass.
So the Lord decreed that the so-called white man can't go no further. Go ahead.
He said, and though the waves thereof toss themselves.
Right, so though the waves toss themselves, meaning you're going to make up all this noise, this swarming activity, the coronavirus, okay? All this, the lockdowns, that's a form of the waves tossing themselves. Go ahead.
Yet can they not prevail.
Yet you're not going to prevail. Give it down because you coming up with all these narratives. And that's the same with an animal. You cone off a cat, he can hiss at you, he can do everything he do. But you about to put him to death. He's not going to prolong that because of all the activity. That's the same with you, Esau. Read that again, huh?
It said, and though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail.
So yeah, you can make up all this noise, stir up everything, you're not going to prevail. Go ahead.
Though they roar,
and that's the same with an animal. They about to die and they crying out. Who cares? You got to die. But Esau in this case is in the form of these laws and legislations. All of a sudden you got these draconian laws being brought to the forefront. These precise, laws. You can't go 6 feet. That's you roaring. But guess what? It's not going to stop them. Go ahead.
It said, though they roar, yet can they not pass over.
Yeah, you can't pass over what the Lord has laid out. See that? So that was it on that?
Yeah, that was
so with that, you got something?
Yeah, come.
Go ahead.
It's on the book of 2nd Ezra 11, verse 44. The highest also have looked upon the proud times.
Right. What's the proud times? The time we're in now. Go ahead.
And behold, they are ended, and all his abominations are fulfilled.
Right. So if this place is ended, it has ran its course, it's fulfilled, and there's nothing you can do, Esau. Okay? It's just like your motor in your car. It's reached its end, it started to knock, it's making noises. That's not going to prolong it at all. All right? So that's it. And so with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to our teachers, the head apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, you brothers out there laboring in his work, as well as you believers out there, the brothers and sisters alike, the Akim and Aqua that subscribe to the truth as well. Till the next time, Shalom.
Shalom. DTA, Abba, Abba.